This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
Welcome back to the show. We are joined here once again by one of our favorite guests. Yes, she's here today. Cindi, excited that you're joining us to talk more about Don't Despair Coaching. That's her company, but there's a lot to her. We're going to get into the thymus tap, the EFT, and I know you've been called a grief and emotional regulation consultant, right? With vast experience and having a very unique approach. So I have heard you say that you like to teach tools. So before we jump into all these tools, just give us a little overview about the work you do with your company. Thank you.
Hi there, Jill. I'm so happy to be here. I'd love to. I am devoted to guiding high-performing individuals and caregivers and organizations through nervous system overwhelm. And one of the ways that I do that is through EFT and tapping, empowering tools that provide lasting transformation.
Well, we're excited you're back, and we're going to talk about some of those tools today that you are using, right? So let's, if you don't mind, share one of these favorite tools with us. What is it?
Well, emotional freedom technique actually is also called EFT or tapping. You might have heard about
Yeah.
any of those. They're all synonymous, but it's one of the most refined, accessible tools because it's not just a stress relief method, excuse me. But it's really an accessible tool that you can use anywhere. You don't need any tools or anything. You could do it by yourself in the privacy of your home, your car, in your office. So it's combined with the adult chair model that I'm a master coach and certified in. It really becomes, like I had mentioned, a transformation, a way of life, just like brushing your teeth every day. So
And that's true. You need to transform in a sense, and you have to, as you say, get through this. And one of these ways is the emotional freedom technique. We're going to talk more about that and tapping. And you mentioned it's not just the stress release a method, right? You said it's the way to reset the nervous system and clarity. So could you just, break this down a little bit? Plus, we're going to talk about the adult chair model and all that. And as you mentioned, so let's get right to it. And what does EFT really combine? And could you share a little bit about it?
I'd love to. I'm so excited because I know it works. So the first thing is it's ancient Chinese medicine, those principles of meridian points and acupressure, not acupuncture with needles. We're using pressure on those meridian points. And also modern psychology, which is like, we'll get into it, like a reframing or an affirmation. And then also neuroscience, like this stuff is measured, which is so exciting. Down regulating the amygdala, which is the front portion, like the our brain's alarm center that goes off. So tapping actually down regulates that part of our brain and also provides a calming stress response. So who doesn't want that?
I know it really, and I mean, this is something that you mentioned. You're combining different modalities in a sense, right? That how does EFT really, work? And you talk about this down regulating of the amygdala. Explain this to us, if you don't mind, a little bit more depth, because it's confusing to people that don't know about meridian points and acupressure.
Right. Well, neuroscience, there's different types of evidence. So studies using functional MRI and also cortisol testing, there's a word, cortisol, we all know. This testing shows that EFT or emotional freedom technique actually reduces
Oh.
that amygdala activation, which we just spoke about. And it also lowers our cortisol levels, creating measurable shifts in stress psychology.
And Wow, you say the amygdala activation, it's the brain's alarm center, you say. All right, so there's neuroscience evidence in this and still so much more. Let's continue.
Somatic science, which
Uh-huh.
is by physically tapping on these meridian points, our body sends a calming signal through our vagus nerve, shifting our nervous system from fight or flight to rest and restore. So it's almost like a counter signal, which is just amazing to me. And then there's also the psychological science that we had spoke about when paired with affirmations or reframing statements. It engages both the right and the left, my right and left, sides of hemispheres of our brain,
Yeah.
which creates new emotional associations, which is really wonderful. You could think of it this way: when we're overwhelmed or we're suffering from grief, loss, stress, fear, anxiety, whatever our nervous system is screaming, right? Danger, danger. When we tap on these points, it sends a counter signal letting us know that it is safe. And we can just tapping um, to just releases it. And that shift alone can take somebody from really a spiraling state to calm and clarity within minutes.
Wow. As you say, shifting that from the flight and fight into like more rest and restore. And physiologically, you said when it's paired with affirmations or reframing statements, it's it's working both for our brains, like
Yes, both
both
are.
hemispheres, should I say? We both. We only have one brain. Jill, so silly sometimes.
That's all right. I know what you meant. That's okay. Hey, we're all learning here. Um, we're going to get a chance to show your audience, but for me, it actually feels like a stick shift when I drive stick shift and the engine like shifts down. I physically feel it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Wow. Well, you should think of it this way, like when we're overwhelmed, you say like suffering from grief, stress, or fear, or anxiety, the nervous system is really screaming, danger, 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 right? So, tapping on these points seeds a counter signal in a sense to tell the body that you're safe, it's okay, you can release this now. So, but that shift, you say, alone can take someone from spiraling their thoughts. So let's explain a little bit more about that. EFT is really not just about a wellness trend or woohoo. It's like seriously backed by science, right?
Yes, neuroscience backed, yes. Because it bridges ancient wisdom and modern psychology. And by tapping on meridian points, we're literally calming the brain's stressors and lowering that cortisol and teaching the nervous system that we're safe. And it's really just an exquisite tool for shifting all those negative emotions and feelings, worry, and it just provides a safe emotional place for us to land. And like I always say, it's not about fixing us. There's nothing wrong with us, but it just provides a steadiness inside of us that's always been there, but it gets overrun by that fear and flight system, that amygdala survive. Like we think a tiger is running after us, right? From way back in our um, in our, I don't want to say evolution, that's the wrong word, but the way that we rely on, these old patterns we from growing up that we learn how to deal with things. We don't. And I mean, we could always take a pill. That's always an option, but this is something effective, backed by neuroscience, and available to you anytime. When I had my past client on a few weeks ago on your show, I remember her saying, "Oh, tapping, I tap all the time in her office where she works, she'll tap." So I thought that was interesting that she had brought that up.
Oh my goodness. Ooh, ooh. I love hearing about this. By the way, if you are tuning in, it's excited that we're talking to our friend Cindy. Again, don't despair. Coaching and science and neuroscience really has a backing in all of this. And really, let's talk a little about this disclaimer, right? EFT is considered a complementary and integrative therapy. Let's share. Finish that for me, please.
Oh, sure. I'm going to look at my notes. EFT is considered a complementary and integrative therapy, not a replacement for medical or mental health treatment, but a powerful evidence-based tool used by trauma therapists,
Mm-hmm.
healthcare professionals, and coaches like me. I love this. So if you're having any underlying health conditions, of course, consult your healthcare provider before engaging in tapping. I just wanted to mention that.
Perfect. All right, let's move on into this teaching of the thymus. What is the thymus tap, if you don't mind telling us a little bit about it?
Well, I'd love to. We all have a thymus gland, and it's right in your chest by your breastbone. And I'd love to tell you some benefits of tapping on this gland. There's so many of them, and they're wonderful. Number one, it stimulates the gland, and
Okay,
that's
and where's the
so
gland again? Show us exactly.
right on your breastbone.
Okay, it is. Which is there a certain side? Because I know it's reverse,
No,
so I'm kind of confused when you're touching. Okay,
no, it's right in the
okay,
middle.
okay, good.
I'll get into it a little bit more.
All right.
First, I wanted to just mention the
Yeah.
benefits so that
Okay.
people are like, why are we doing this? But it's amazing that the thymus gland is very important in your immune system. So by stimulating your thymus gland, by tapping on it, you're increasing your immune system. And who doesn't need that? Um,
Really?
yes, it's amazing. I have goosebumps. I know, I want to tell the world.
And
Um,
for how long again we did this for?
Um, you're getting ahead of me, but 15 to 20 seconds. It's
Okay.
crazy.
Okay, sorry. Go
Um,
ahead. Go.
no,
I'm just
that's
gonna listen.
okay.
No, no, no. Sorry.
No, it's your show.
It's not my show. Go ahead.
It reduces stress and anxiety, like we had mentioned, and that cortisol, like decreasing cortisol levels in your body is huge. It boosts our energy level. So I can't wait to hear about the feedback from our audience after we try it. And it promotes just emotional well-being overall. So the thymus tapping point is right on your upper chest. It's just below your collarbones. So for your audience that can see us, it's your thymus is right under your breastbone, right in the middle of your chest. So you don't have to worry about right or left. It's right there, right in the middle of your chest, a few inches, like an inch below your collarbone. And you really can't get it wrong. You just can't. So we can find it together now if you'd like. And you can, if it's safe for
Yeah.
you, yeah, and if it's safe for your audience to do so, I'd invite them to close their eyes and to place your fingertips on the center of your breastbone, just below the collarbones.
Okay.
And you just tap gently up and down for 15 or 20 seconds, just like a rhythmic heartbeat. You can go slow. Some people like to go fast. Like I said, there is no right or wrong. And I'd invite you to breathe deeply. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And we can add the affirmations. Like I said, no right or wrong, anything that feels good to you. I am safe. I am grounded. I am restored. And as you do this, you could take another breath in and out. I encourage you to just notice how your body feels. Notice any shifts you might have, any warm, tingly feeling, any type of sensation, because this is your nervous system recalibrating in real time. It's quick, it's elegant, and profoundly powerful. And when you're ready, I invite your audience to open their eyes in their space that they're in.
Interesting. Woo-hoo. Just for doing that, shutting your eyes for a few minutes. I'm trying to monitor my stuff, but my eyes are open and closed a little bit. And I am safe, I am grounded, I am restored. Those are the three affirmations we have to say.
Yes, anything that feels good to you, anything.
Ooh,
Yep,
beautiful. Well, you want to talk a little bit more about the thymus tap before we continue?
sure. That's just one of the many, many, many tapping
Oh,
variations. There's quite a few, but I actually, with the holidays coming, and I've had clients ask me if I could just offer just a tapping session. So I've come through for my audience, and I'm right now with the holidays fast approaching. This is great. I'm offering a half an hour tapping into clarity. It's a one-on-one EFT tapping experience with me. And I've really designed it as a luxurious reset, a personal sanctuary where you can just be with me here like this one-on-one, and you bring one specific stressor that you're having, and together we will dissolve its charge. And you'll walk away feeling lighter, clearer on that stressor, and you'll leave with a customized tapping map and a guide, and also the Zoom recording of us that you can use anytime. And I'm really, really, really excited to offer this to my community.
wow. Okay, so hold on. I mean, you get the recording, and then what do you have to do afterwards? How we are we able to listen to it? How do we have to listen to it? How? Like, do we have to be at peace? Can we be driving? Could we be laying down? Could we be doing our grocery shopping? Like, and how often do you have to listen to that?
Yes, just listening to it is just for your own reference, but no, there's no right way or wrong. You could be grocery shopping, watching our Zoom and listening to it. Definitely, it could even become like a meditation for you while you're home, meaning doing the dishes, driving. And once again, it's just I take you through, there's 8 tapping points on your head, your upper body area, and I just take you through this beautiful experience. It's really lovely, and it'll take that
Aw.
charge away from whatever problem you're having.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, also, you have a brand new offering. I know that you do want to talk about as well. And you mentioned this call to action, right? What does this new class of call to action exactly mean?
Well, like I had mentioned, I had clients that just want a quick reset, just want to
Got
hop
it.
in with me, right? Because I do offer 6-week tapping session specifically just for tapping. And that teaches my clients how to do different types of tapping. Today, I just showed you one teeny weeny small tapping point on our thymus that you can access anytime you want. So
Oh,
this is just more options. Beautiful, beautiful, like I said, a just a personalized reset, a little sanctuary where you can come for a half an hour. I started it at a special entry rate of $42.24. It's an intentional invitation for you to step into this work, because I want your listeners, your audience, to feel and experience what my high level coaching clients experience, which is immediate calm and the freedom that comes with that reset nervous system. So you have a lot of options.
could you tell us about someone who started with you, a little bit about their transformation when they start this reset? What are some of the things it's helping people with specifically? I would love to hear some of your client testimonials in a sense.
Oh, well, I'll be my first testimonial. Like I said, for me, tapping, it's like if I'm lost in a loop, right? Like a thought that keeps just showing up and showing up and showing up, I can actually just tap and say, I am safe It's okay, and it actually just down regulates. I feel like my whole system jerk like that, and my
Okay.
heart, I'll feel my heart just all regulate again. It's just amazing. Like I had said, I had the testimonial Annette that I brought on a few weeks ago. She had
Yeah.
mentioned how she's at her office dealing with a client, or dealing with a customer
Yep.
that is complaining,
Mm-hmm.
and there's nothing she can do about it, and she can be there looking right at a person, a difficult person, just tapping on her thymus gland, and it calms her down. And that's just, like I said, one small tapping meridian point. But I teach you all 8 in my classes, and it's so powerful. I really, like I said, backed by neuroscience, and who doesn't want immediate relief? It's quite beautiful.
Oh, absolutely is. And, just a little of your background, since there are new timers probably listening today who are not familiar with the whole Cindi DuMond and how you got into this field. And of course, your background, which I want people to know because seriously, you're a very well credentialed and as an RN and as all the work you do as a doula, there's a lot. So would you mind just telling us a little bit about that?
No, I'd love to. My first degree is in mortuary science. So I am a licensed funeral director, well, former licensed funeral director in New York State. And I got into that work as a young woman, just because the littlest things that you can do for people at
Mm-hmm.
such a horrible time in their life just really, really rocked my world. And I was working as a funeral director, and I really got put into nursing and had a wonderful 30-year nursing career as a pediatric ventilator nurse in the home. So I've been dealing with families and stress and their situations of having a sick child at home. Um, I also had my own sick child at home for a long time. So when I found this adult chair model, I stumbled on it. I had been in therapy for 16 years, traditional therapy, and I'm not knocking traditional therapy. It's just when I found this method, it was like a light bulb turned on. It would just made
Yeah.
so much sense. And like I said, it's a compass. What I teach are tools. It's like a compass, a way of life. When you are presented with a problem, a stressor, you know what to do with it. It's not going to rule your day. It's not going to, a trigger would keep me, stuck for days sometimes. And that just doesn't happen anymore because I have the tools to deal with it. It's really
Beautiful.
quite beautiful. So that's how I got into coaching. When I found out that I could be an adult chair coach first, and then I went on
Yep.
and became a master coach so that I could tell the world about, that there's a better way. There is just such a better way. And
Beautiful.
yeah.
So you help those break cycles, right? And, again, for those, out there who may be suffering from a trauma, maybe it's a new job, it's retirement, so it's a financial issue, a job loss. Maybe it's something with your health, right? Even loss of pets and, maybe it's a relationship issue. These are all things you are certified and experienced in helping people with and to help them. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. We got someone here named Jillian who says you are the perfect adult chair coach. Jillian H. from Central New York. She says that the philosophy unleashed a side of life that I thought was long gone. I feel hopeful, very thankful every day, she said. And also, she mentioned, I lost her. There we go. It's influenced to be her best and true self, this whole program. And it's been great for her mental health. And it's like therapy, she says, but not dwelling on problems and actually finding solutions. Anita says, you're a wonderful coach. I felt hard and I felt heard, I'm sorry, and understood in our sessions. And you helped this person move through some difficult emotions so she could better manage her situation. And Anita Jo Newton recommends you. Lisa says you're amazing. And it's great to hear how, different people you've helped. And you can check out the reviews on the website. It's don'tdespaircoaching.com. Also, I know Cindi DuMond, you're based out of Daytona Beach, Florida. Do you do any in-person sessions as well?
I do. I have an office here in Daytona, so you can find me on Google as well, Google Maps. And yes, and I do see people online as well.
Got it. Well, also, it's just great to have you here and a great perspective to know more about this EFT tapping. And I hope that people will get in touch with you. Also, do you have a phone number or a social media page you want to share?
I do. It's all actually on my social media at don'tdespaircoaching.com. I offer free sessions, half-hour free sessions if you want to hop on and just chat with me and see how I may be able to help. That's at don'tdespaircoaching.com/free call. And if you're interested in the tapping half-hour course just before the holidays,
That's special. 4224 for 30 minutes, right?
Yes, that's at don'tdespaircoaching.com/tapping.
Beautiful. Yep. Thank you so much. A pleasure seeing you as always. And I hope you have a fantastic day. And thanks again for being here.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. And to all of our listeners and viewers, stay tuned. We'll be right back with more. Cindi, we'll chat next week, I'm sure. Bye.
Thank you.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.